like, and how long you've been playing?
Quote, and I've been playing for about 5 years. Yeah.
Dope. Did you just play Puff recently, or were you always Puff? Because I know there's multiple quotes.
So there's another quote in MD, and he plays Fox.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I was just curious. And
Yep.
what's your like goal right now?
Well, I'm just trying to like improve, get better. Obviously, I think my biggest goal is to probably place top 8 at my local, the cave.
Nice. Yeah.
When it's race stacked.
Yeah, the cave is pretty stacked, so that's a pretty good goal.
Yeah.
You have any like general questions before we start?
Um. I guess the most general question is, I mean, I wouldn't say it's super general, but maybe it's like my game plan versus Sheik. That's like another matchup I have a little bit of trouble with.
Yeah, like what's your game plan?
Um, Usually I just try to play obviously like a little defensive, but I feel like her backer kind of walls me out more than my backer does to her. And a lot of the Sheiks I play, they catch on to me like crouch canceling a lot, and I just get down smashed very easily.
Yeah, so in terms of like the matchup in general, it's more about playing aggressive than defensive, because basically the only way to get like true openers versus Sheik is through aggressive mix-ups, where it's like if you play defensive and just like backer over and over again, like you kind of do versus Luigi, right? You're not gonna get like a meaningful hit anytime, and Sheik will just get like a needle on you and just literally get that damage right back, or they'll just like run up grab a lot too, and it just basically means that you're not gonna get like a kill, because Sheik basically always has to be scared of rest, and when you're playing defensive you can't really get the rest, and also it makes it a lot easier for Sheik to like not have to worry about it as well, because like it's always on Sheik to not have to get rested essentially if you're always being aggressive. I mean, it's not I'm not saying like being defensive at all is like horrible, but like it's definitely better to like try and get aggressive openers with like trying to like get close to Sheik and get like a tomahawk up to grab, or like try and like read a jump with like up air. Like those mix-ups are just like better than trying to like space back air or like Wavedash back or something like that. Like jump away type of gameplay just doesn't really make that much sense.
Okay.
And then for crouch, so basically when you crouch at all, you have to how do I describe this? So you don't want to like make it predictable in the sense that like you don't want to be in crouch too long. Most of the time you get into crouch, it's like you get into crouch off of like you whiff a back air or something, you instantly crouch, and then if they don't attack you, then you try and see what they're doing. Let's say like you go for like a back air and then you crouch after it, and then Sheik just like sits in shield or something, and then you're just like, oh, okay, I can just grab Sheik's shield or something, or I can read their jump at a shield. So that means that you're like getting out of crouch right away. But like when you're like, let's say you're in the corner for instance, which is probably like why you're getting down smash or something. When you're in the corner, you have to use like a lot of like wave dashes with your crouch in order to like not get like run up down smash, or like basically just fair walled a bunch. So that's like the other thing in terms of like getting out of crouch and not making it like too predictable. But yeah, also down smash you can rest it up until like 34%, I think, like that, somewhere around there, off your crouch. And also when it's like you know the Sheik is going to down smash, and you can just rest out a shielded as well after those percents. So
okay, I'll keep that in mind, thank you.
Yeah, so Sheik is like pretty complex in terms of like a matchup, so I can't really go too in depth, but I'll go a little bit about Luigi. What's your like your thought process for this one?
So I've actually like talked with Seabass a lot, and he's told me how if he gets camped, it's basically possible for him to like win, which I feel like it's kind of true. I feel like Luigi has a really hard time like hitting me if I play the top plat, but if I lose the lead, then I feel like approaching Luigi is actually kind of scary, because I can just die really easily.
Yes.
So
Continue.
So I was trying to do that this game, which play like really defensive, kind of like hog the top platform. It's also kind of scary to edgeguard him. I mean, I think it happened in this set. I just get misfired, and it kind of ruined my whole game too. So I'm always
Yeah.
like scared of getting misfired, might go off stage.
I've played CVAS a lot, and I definitely feel like if I did exactly what you do in this gameplay, I could
Yeah.
probably beat them. But so the thing about circle camping in general against any
Yeah.
character is like, well, do they have like basically the movement to hit me? And if they do hit me, do I die off the hit? In terms
Yeah.
of like Ices, for instance, Ices have the movement, but they don't have the kill power off the hit. Like they have to
Yeah.
like Waveland onto the platform, forward smash you or down smash you or something
Yeah,
to like
and
get
that
like
takes time.
to get a kill, and that's just like it doesn't have a risk reward side. Whereas Luigi has literally just Waveland off the platform, Waveland onto the platform like fair or forward smash, and both those moves are really like in terms of like distance and range, they hit a lot longer than like an Ices move, and they don't have to like commit to like having a Nana or something like that. So Luigi's a lot better about beating like circle capping than Ices or like even Pikachu or something. So like
Okay.
I don't really think that playstyle is like okay, so I guess it technically can be described as good, but like realistically, if you're not like Hungry Box level and you're doing it against like a Luigi the same skill level as you, you're probably going to lose because you will just get randomly clipped by the fair or force master or something like that. And it's just like not as productive as like just like sitting on the ground right outside of their like wave dash length and just like trying to either crouch rest their moves before like their down smash knocks you down, or trying to just literally just stuff them out in neutral, just like back airing them, wave dashing in over and over again, or like getting them in shield and then just playing like going for like back air, up air type of movement on their shield and crouching, because you just like basically anytime you crouch on Luigi's shield, they can't do anything because their down air doesn't reach your crouch. So it's like playing those mix-ups are like better than like jumping around on the platforms in my like my experience, essentially, because you will just get clipped by the fair or the forward smash. You're not Hungry Box level, and then like when you do get a hit, you're basically just getting a backer. It's kind of like what I was saying about Sheik, but like it's like better because it's a floaty and the lead matters more. But I just think those other mix-ups are better, like the grounded ones, because you can like rest like a miss grab, or like rest like a miss like up smash or something if you're crouching, or like literally just like jump away and like falling up air after they're like miss like down smash or something, and then you get them in a juggle sequence. Like you can't really do that if you're like playing like the platforms, but
yeah, that
like,
makes sense.
I also because you can't really do this type of gameplay on like Yoshi's or something like that, or like Fountain, which game 2 is, because like it's just way too small, and like again the risk reward wise about fair and like forward smash is just gonna kill you even earlier, and it's just like it doesn't work. So I feel like having a more consistent game plan that works on like every stage just makes the low tiers and like mid tiers matchups way easier, if that makes sense, because then you just don't have to really think about like, oh, I haven't played Luigi in a while, I haven't like worked on my like Yoshi's gameplay, my FD game, like that. Having like have to have multiple gameplays for like,
It's annoying.
Yeah, it's annoying. You have to just like work on like playing Luigi's regularly, and you just don't have to play Luigi's regularly if you just like follow a very like basic game plan. But I will like basically jump around in this like VOD, and then we'll get to like Hungry Box, because he does exactly what I'm saying, and it just makes way more sense. But yeah, basically when you're air camping like this, so you don't really want to do these types of landing nairs at all. I don't think they're that good. It's like they're kind of okay versus like Fox or something, because like this type of landing nair kind of protects you against like an up air. Like usually when they hit you with up air, it'll be like a single hit, or not a single hit, but it won't be the strong hit. So it will just like not work. So like that's kind of the theory why you're probably doing it in your head. But like against Luigi, he doesn't really have those types of hitboxes. He'll just like either cleanly beat this Nair, or like you Nair him and nothing happens, and it's just like, well, it could have been just spacing it back here and been able to whiff punish something. But the primary like objective when you're doing this type of gameplay is like you want to like kind of like sit in place and not use your resources, which your jumps are, and like wait for him to come at you, and then once he throws out an attack, you just backer him. And then also it's like, okay, so you can kind of like preemptively jump off stage when you know that they're going to come in, and then backer the spot they're going to be at. That's also another way to play it, but I feel like how you kind of like air camp is like you're doing like how do I say it, like preemptively like trying to bait like off stage, but like realistically the character doesn't have to like come at you if you're like off stage like this until you've burned enough jumps to the point where they can get like a very easy predictable like hit on you, because you have to land if you burn jumps, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to basically like not use a lot of jumps when you're doing it and not play that type of gameplay. Also, using like the ledge to like refresh a lot is really good. I feel like you like don't use the ledge to like refresh ever, or like when recovering too, at least. But
okay,
that's a pretty big thing. Okay, let me get to further in the game. There's not really much like to say about this like gameplay, honestly. All like besides what I just said right there. Basically, this is really good, by the way. This up air fair, but you don't like continuously try and like press here, which is weird. Like once you got that fair, you should have just like instantly just like tried to land with him, and then just like you just kept going with the fair. I don't think you can get double fair there, but you could probably just land and crouch, and if he like shields here, which he probably will, like he did right there, then you can just literally just grab his shield and just throw him off stage, or you can throw him up. I think up throw is probably better in this matchup than forward throw. But like the thing about like Luigi is another thing about his Edgeguard. When you like throw him off stage or like hit him off stage with a back air or something, and he's not like in tumble, he can just like try and like float to ledge and grab it. So you can actually just like snipe them going to ledge with like a fair back air, which you don't do at all, which like forces them to have to play a mix up where if you ever played against Sheik, like the Sheik matchup, like they just like try and fair the ledge, they'll like try and hit you. It's literally the same thing, but Luigi doesn't have to do that until you start trying to hit the ledge, and that's like a really big mix-up with the matchup. Like you can probably like beat like even really good Luigis that aren't like realizing what's happening with just like fairing it back, airing the ledge when they try and just grab it without trying to fair you. That's really good. It's kind of also like Marth players too. They try and like fair themselves back on the stage, and then like the really good Marths just grab ledge because they know that they're not gonna get hit. Luigi's for some reason just like haven't reached that evolutionary stage where they should just fair the first time, because I guess the Puffs haven't like threatened it enough, but it's really good. I've beat so many Luigi's just doing that over and over again. All right, skip around more.
I'll keep it in mind.
Because like the Edgeguard is like literally like where the matchup just becomes unwinnable. Like Crouch is like insane in this matchup too, but like the Edgeguard in particular is just like, it's so free. It's like kind of scary what you're saying about like misfire. I remember I played Seabass at Smash Con, I got misfired and almost like lost the set because of it. And I was trying to Edgeguard him, I was like, oh my god. But it definitely isn't like too bad if you're like actually playing the Edgeguard right. You're doing this stuff again. Whenever he starts his side B, you should just literally just hit him in the middle of the animation. Also, like, okay, so if you think you don't have enough time to hit it, then you just play outside of the misfire range, where you just like, whenever you are basically not able to just run off and hit him, you just like, oh, okay, he's going to get a misfire, so I will just like not be anywhere in the line of sight. So like right now you're in the line of sight essentially, so I'll get out of that like area. So I'll just be on the ground or I'd be way up in the air. Either one. Probably on the ground slightly better, because if they decide not to like pull the trigger on side B right here and they just keep holding it, then they can go to ledge with their side B. So I'd probably just be on the ground right here and then able to like, if he keeps charging it, then I could like try and go for like a downer or a dash attack or something like that. Or if he tries to like land on stage, I can like shield it as well too, like crouch and then shield. So that would just be better. But yeah, they will always go for this like edge cancel.
Yeah, the edge cancel.
You can just like try and up air this. Is probably what I would do generally. Trying to hit it horizontally is not that great. You can potentially try and like hard regress it, but that's like a little bit ambitious. But
yeah.
Or you could try and like Wavedash forward smash their fair and Nair coming down too. That's also a big thing.
Oh, that'd be good. That'd be a good mix up. Yep.
Yeah. Any of those options work. Okay. Right here, whenever you're doing this type of air camp in this spot, so I did say there wasn't like that many opportunities for like big openers, but this was like one of them. This is kind of like when a Falco player does this exact same downer on you and you're on the side platform. You can just literally jump and up air them right now, but you decide to go for a back air, which like doesn't really make sense in terms of your disjoint. How do I describe this? If you just try to just like float under someone and just clicked up air, it makes more sense than trying to hit them horizontally on a whiff punish, because getting underneath someone with up air is just going to lead to more damage. And also just like basically the only option he had here to beat up air was literally click Nair, and I don't think it would have even worked if you just like realized that he missed his down air and just like instantly up aired. But yeah, that's just like a big thing in terms of like whenever they whiff like a double jump aerial, then you can just like fall underneath the character and up air. That's just a puff like kind of thing in terms of every matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't rest that, right?
No, it's like
Yeah.
maybe, but like I don't really like doing it against a character like Luigi with a frame 2 Nair. So
Yeah.
I think this is. I would probably just go for double up tilt here. That just makes more sense intuitively. You go for
Okay.
up tilt. You can potentially catch their jump, and then you can go for like then do the back air. But realistically, whenever I'm doing like a juggle sequence like this, I don't transition it into back air unless it will either knock down, which against Luigi's like 40 something%, or it will like. How to describe it? Or they will not be able to land after getting back air, essentially, which Luigi is able to right now. So I'd be going for double up tilt, going for up air right after, and then going for back air. But yeah, this was completely fine. This back air was good. This like shouldn't really happen. So you whiff this back air here, and you just crouch, but you just like uncrouch.
I should have just held that. Yeah, that would have been free rest. It's
literally like I was saying in terms of Sheik, you have to be like predictable in your crouch. You don't have to be predictable in your crouch at all versus Luigi, because he has literally no moves to beat your crouch besides his down air, where it's like he has to like get inside your hitbox and like rising down air and like get a really good hitbox with a down air to even work, or they have to like slide past you with their Wavedash and then like down smash in a way that you cannot like just literally press down B. Yeah, so
yeah.
It's like this range is a little bit spooky for that, because they could have like gone for like a Wavedash side shield and tried to like cross you up with the down smash, but they said they went for this like platform mix up. But yeah, you just like literally could just like held crouch and have been fine here.
Okay.
There's something else I had. I think I had an Edgeguard sequence, so I write this down. Wow, I actually taunted there. That was insane. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's just we're friends, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why I wrote this down. Whatever. All right, let me skip the round. Okay. 25. This was like a pretty good spot in terms of like just sniping the ledge of the back air in this position. Or like a fair. I would just literally go for a weak fair here when he tries to just. He should have just gone for a double jump to ledge because he gave his room for free. But when he's in this spot and you cannot grab the ledge or even like hit him with fair here, you can go for a down air to reset the edge guard. So if you just go for a down air hitting the ledge here, then he gets hit out of his up B and he has to like air dodge on the stage to actually get out of this. Or he has to like go back into his like recovery animation and try and like up B again, which usually when he gets down aired here, he's going to be like in this spot, so he can't actually up B, which is why it's really good, because he has no horizontal. Or he has to like side B and then up B, which then you could just try and grab ledge on it, which is really good.
So I would just down there and grab ledge. Pretty much.
Yeah, basically just down there and grab ledge. Just really, really good.
Makes sense.
Or you can like down air and like wait out the air dodge and like forward smash or rest it too. But usually I just like started from ledge anyways, because you can just like down air the air dodge.
Yeah.
I feel like you had no reason to like drift back into this when you already had like, okay, so in terms of recovery, you don't really want to like just like go where the Luigi is, or like try and like fight your way out of the corner. This type of back air is like basically saying I want to try and like hit my opponent and then get out of the corner. But the problem with doing that with Puff in general is because they will just literally take back center instantly by the time you're just like finish your back air. So I kind of hate like trying to do these types of back airs out of the corner. I would rather just go to ledge and get like Luigi to try and like whiff like a double jump aerial or something and get underneath them and then just cross them up and get back center that way. Those just like, that just makes way more sense like intuitively in this spot.
Okay.
Yeah, if you just crouched after this would have been really good. This is essentially how it kind of works. Like, this was like completely fine neutral in terms of like you try to go her backer. I wouldn't have gone this far inside of Luigi though.
Yeah.
Because once you land after doing this back air, then he has the opportunity to cross you up with his wave dash down smash. But he goes for a jab anyways. But yeah, you could just literally crouch cancel the rest of this jab after. You have to be like pretty like tight on these types of stuff, and you can't do like, in terms of your crouch stuff, you can't do like the rest early or something like that. You have to like wait to actually get hit by the move and then click rest. It's kind of like the annoying part about crouch cancel in general, but yeah, it's like you don't really want to like ever not land with a crouch in this matchup. Whenever you're trying to like shark like this in general, you can definitely just like Waveland off like the side platform right here to like just get your jumps back and also get momentum. And like also if they just like go this way, it's just way easier to hit if you have Waveland off. So I would just definitely be Waveland offing and trying to get back your jump. You could do it again right there as well too. Instead of doing that fair, you just Waveland off the platform, then you'd still be in the air. That'd be fine. Okay, hit him off stage. This time you don't have enough time to actually go for just like a back air fair on their up B, so that's good. Grabbing ledge here is good. Do not roll up like this unless they're in their up B animation. So that's just like a general rule of thumb for the Edgeguard. And also in terms of like your roll up, you want to use the C stick, because if you use like the triggers, then if you get hit by Luigi's up B, you're just gonna air dodge and then you're just gonna die. That's basically how it works. It's really annoying. So you have to buffer it with the C stick, and you just only want to do it when they're in the up B animation. This spot, this was a fine grab ledge again. They should have just up B'd and they would have got ledge anyways, but it worked out for you. You don't want to hit them like after they're done with their down B to try and get height. You want to hit them either mid down B and try and like stage spike them with fair, or you want to hit them like before they start their up B. So it's basically, I mean, down B. It's only one of those two situations. You don't want to hit them after they're done the down B, because they should be able to get an up B out before you can even get a fair out. And even if you do get a fair out, they might just go for up B again and just get the ledge before you can and just hit you with a down air and you might just die. So yeah, it's just basically another timing issue, and also you just never want to do this type of drill either. Okay. Wow. Yeah, like again, you could have also you again, yeah, don't roll there, but also you could have just like reset the edge guard probably with a drill here. Like instead of like turning around like that, you could have turned around like this and then just gone for a down air on the ledge and then just reset the edge guard. Like basically it's always fine against Luigi because you can just keep resetting the edge guard with down air and just like never really have to like perfectly do it, even though like this is easily like perfectly done if you like know what you're doing. But it's like not that like intuitive, honestly. Okay. Also, whenever you're edge guarding like this and you hit him with like this type of back air, it kind of sucks because they gain a lot of height off this. But basically, instead of like jumping like this, you can just like go to ledge and tournament winner up, and then just gain a lot more height a lot more quickly than doing like jump. Because Puff's like problem is that she can't get vertical height that fast. So this is definitely just like a go to ledge tournament winner and gain height. And you don't want to like let them like cross you up like this. This is just an in general thing for like any floaty, like Samus, Peach, or something like that. You never want to like go past them or let them get past you when you're edge guarding them, because then you have to fight out of the corner if they get back on the stage, and that sucks. And then also if like they cross you up, they could potentially like hit you with like a downer or something from Samus, or a downer from Luigi in this spot too. So just like in this spot, I would just like trying to be like, because he's at 147, I'd be trying to hit an up air. So I'd be like here and trying to like either if I know that Luigi's going to go for this downer a lot of the time too, like they do here, I'm going to like hard read it with their jump and then just going for an up air on their jump, or I will just like completely like sit outside of the range of the downer and then just whiff punish it with back air or something. But you decide to like let them cross you up and then you get hit for it. So that's really important. Okay, yeah, this was another like it was fine because like you're at a really high percent, so crouch doesn't really work. That's why it's like you want to stay pretty far away, especially at like higher percents, and just try and look for whiff punish. It kind of sucks because you're at a stock down, so Luigi doesn't have that much incentive to try and like come at you with like a wave dash approach or something like that. So like I understand like being aggressive here, but once you like crouch and then go for a shield, which was the right option because they could probably go for a shuriken here, but they go for a grab. Basically, whenever you know you have to click shield against Luigi, or whenever you know you have to jab and then like you can't get a rest off of it, you have to like always be holding a direction in order to not get like down throw hit here. So it's like kind of like whenever you're going for like an up through wrist, it's kind of like the fox has to like know that they're going to get grabbed. It's basically the same spot where you have to know that you've messed up here and like be already holding a direction to get out of Luigi's throw. That was really like you shouldn't really ever like get hit by these types of like down throw setups unless you like aren't holding away, or I guess in this case holding in against Luigi.
Okay, so I should always DI.
Yeah, you should DI preemptively, essentially. Like,
yeah,
you have to know that like you messed up in that spot.
Alright, and I DI behind Luigi every time.
Yeah, I mean it depends on like the way he's facing. It's like it's weird because Luigi DI is like basically DI in a lot of the times in terms of his combos, whereas like other characters DI away. It also depends on the way he's facing too. But
yeah.
You know, you can definitely just rest here, but I think you just like messed up or something.
Yeah, I thought I was trying to go for that, but I didn't think I was in him. So.
You have a lot of time against Luigi's side.
Yeah.
So this was pretty free. But I feel like you just really scared on it. But when you're stock down, especially, I would just click it. And if I lose that, I'm just like, whatever. It's like, I was losing in the game probably anyways. If like against a player like Seabass, I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm losing the game anyway, so I might as well click the rest if not.
Yeah, I would have died from a lot of other things anyways.
Yeah.
Like Upsmash, so
yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't really like pounding this matchup unless you're like in a lead position, because like it's a good like opener in the sense that like Luigi has to get stuck in the air and they have to come down, and Luigi falling onto the ground is not that good for Luigi because they have to like basically time an aerial in terms of like, oh, I think that Puff is going to hit me here, and then they have to go for a down air and air or something like that. And then if they whiff, then it's like, oh, then I'm just gonna get hit for like 20 damage at least. So like I think this is like fine gameplay when you're up, but when you're down, I don't really like going for pound at all versus Luigi. It's just like, it's like kind of good risk reward wise, but the thing is they can just wave dash punish it really easily is the problem. So it's like when you're down, it's basically like you miss it, you die, and when you're up, it's like you miss it, you die, but like you might have, like if you're at this percent, like you were 3 stocks up, this was fine because you're gonna die anyways. You would have to like basically be playing like the very like jump away, crouch type of gameplay outside of the range anyways, and like whenever you do that type of gameplay, yeah, you can potentially get a rest if they're like not playing that well around it, or like you can potentially get like an up smash out of shield, like up air stuff, but like you don't get like a pound type of gameplay, so you can't like get like a very juicy hit. So I understand it, but when you're down like this, I don't really think it's like that great.
Got it.
This was another like spot where you could just like snipe Luigi going to ledge for sure. Every time when you go for a throw, it's basically a pretty easy spot to pick it. So instead of going for this like dash, just like jump nothing, you could definitely just, I would go for a forward air in this spot because you don't have a lot of time to go for it. So I would just go for a weak forward air there, sniping the ledge. You can definitely hit him for that too. Okay. Okay, that was good, yeah. Yeah, okay, so you hit Luigi's shield right here. Basically, like I was saying, you can just literally crouch right here, and there's nothing you can do. If you wanted to do this forward smash, you just do a wave dash forward smash instead, and that would have worked. Because you can't really hit the startup of people's shield jump. Like, okay, so technically you can hit their jump out of shield with forward smash against other characters, but Luigi, in terms of his down air, is like the only move he's gonna do, and his feet are just too high up in the air to actually hit him for this. So if you just crouched here, you can crouch out smash, which is better as the best option here. So you just crouch under, hit his shield, crouch, and then go for an out smash on the down air. You do it on a reaction basically. Or if you think that they might do like a Nair or something, Nair is a lot harder to beat with like, you could potentially still beat it without smash, but I would rather just wave dash punish the Nair with forward smash.
I know with Seabass, he often goes for that down air and then goes for Nair like right after, because he still has time. like that down there he did earlier, then he would have time to sneak in Nair. And usually I would be able to crouch cancel it if I was at lower percent, but I couldn't have done it there.
Yeah, it was like in that situation, like you can actually definitely like up smash in between like the downer and Nair heads.
Downer and Nair. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, I'll keep that in mind too.
Yeah, there's not really much I wanted to talk about besides this game because like realistically like a lot of the gameplay is just like you going for like the backer stuff and like either getting hit or like getting like a backer or something. So
yeah.
like I'm just gonna switch to the Hungrybox spot if that's fine, unless you have like anything from like the other game.
I kind of got tilted the other game after I got misfired, so I don't think it was like super constructive to watch.
Okay, yeah, I didn't watch it, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Hbox does not play against Luigi much, but and whenever he plays against like worse Luigis, I tried to defend him out of that. He kind of just plays very troll in terms of like he throws out like random moves sometimes because he just knows he just like can't lose. So I just like, pick an any Mexico VOD.
Yeah, makes sense.
So basically Hbox is playing at, let me just exactly like pinpoint it, like right here. Like this is basically the distance he's always at in terms of Luigi. He's never like too like close or he's never too far away. He's always at like a distance where he can try and punish a Wavedash, is essentially, or like a missed area like that. Is essentially how he plays it. So right here, this is like the exact spacing is like really good. Because if he tries to Wavedash in and tries to down smash, he can't get crossed up, which is really good. And then he also like isn't too close, so then he can actually react to things. So it's just a really good spacing in terms of Luigi. So yeah, he tried to like basically right there with that back air, he was trying to either get Luigi to try and hit him after, like with a whip punish, which Eddie does try and do with the whip punish. Like basically whenever you go for a whip, like a full hop back air and miss it, you either have to like land on a platform, or in this case it was not a stage like Fountain where you could just literally land on the platform after a back air. You have to double jump back air and then land on the platform like if it was Battlefield, or you have to land on the ground like Eddie thought the Hungrybox was going to do and what you usually do, or you can cross up the character and try and land this way, because this is like anti-meta landing here and trying to cross up the character. Have you ever played like against a Fox that goes for like, you go for like a Nair on Fox and you drift back to Nair and they run up grab and Upsmash you or something like that, because they know that you have to land here like every time off the Nair, because you can't like double jump back here and land on a platform after Nairing. So like, but you could also go for like a cross up Nair for instance as well too. But basically whenever you land against Luigi, I'd rather land on the platform and not land crossing them up ever, pretty much. I don't really like it that much versus Luigi just because his wave dash is really fast. And if he just like decided not to try and whiff punish Hungrybox for the first back air, he would just like literally just wave dash back into up smash or like down smash me. So I really like landing on the platform here with like, again, this really realistically on any other stage is a double jump back air, and then he has the opportunity to basically whiff punish this back air, which is really good. Goes for another back air, expecting Luigi to maybe jump out of shield, which is really good, because right here he could have potentially gone for a falling up air there and there was basically nothing Luigi could do, because like they try and like get out of shield there, there's nothing you can do. If he tries to roll, there's nothing, like roll is not going to beat a falling up air there. And he could potentially try and stay in shield, but like he stays in shield and then like what happens, you could just literally crouch after doing a falling up air there and then just like up smash the down air if it comes out, or if it doesn't come out you just stay in crouch and you can try and like wave dash away after the nair or something like that too. Okay, I don't really like how close he is on this backer, I'm not gonna lie. Like this one, I would rather just go for a grab in this type of spot, because like, so Hungrybox should have known that he was too late to actually whiff punish Luigi coming down there, and whenever you're too late to whiff punish something, they basically, the other character is not really aware that the Puff is going to actually throw out this backer. Like, so they throw out the shield because like theoretically they should have gotten whiff punish, is essentially how it works. So they're like, oh, okay, maybe I have enough time to throw out shield here and not get whiff punished. So that's what like Luigi's kind of thinking, but like the Puff should be thinking, I was late on that and I should go for grab basically every time here if I'm late. So I don't really like this backer from Hungrybox. Then he crouches after, which is really good. Should be able to whiff punish that backer right away, but he decides to shield for some reason. He's not reacting here. If he was reacting, he could just definitely just full hop backer that backer. So this was a pretty big opportunity. Basically, again, whenever like Luigi or any character whiffs this type of like full hop double jump aerial on you, you could just directly try and like punish that with up air. So it was like a little bit sketch because he was so high up, but I think full hop double jump up air just hits him before he can get out this another downer. But again, if you think that Luigi's going to be able to get out a downer like this, then you just wait out the downer and then up air them. But Hungrybox goes for back air, which doesn't really make sense because I think that Luigi could have landed on the ledge here before Hungrybox could have back aired again. But I think that was just bad DI from Eddie. Downer is a pretty big thing in this matchup against any Mario in general. Whenever you downer them like below like any percent, honestly, they can like do a couple things. Usually they down smash out of the downer at like very low percents, and like that doesn't really work necessarily because you can just go for downer and then go for a shield, in which case then you can just like punish them out of shield directly. Most of the Marios you can't really like rest out of shield on their down smash, but you can at least downer out of shield after getting hit by a down smash.
Just reset it again.
Yeah, you just keep doing it again.
Okay.
Sometimes though they will just go for a spot dodge, which in case you can just hard read the spot dodge with a rest, which is really good. Or they might go for like a grab out of like the down air, which in case you can just do down air and then crouch and then just rest or grab. So it's like really good to down air Luigi just to figure out what if they do the spot dodge every time. It's like a free kill. It's really, really good. I love just spamming down air versus Luigi like this. It's really good. So Hungrybox again, like he did the thing I was saying, where he just like tries to like snipe Luigi going to ledge the back air here. This is really good. That he could have done that again, like at like 20%. With the same thing would have happened too. And then he just again the evolutionary chain just doesn't make him fair there for some reason. But yeah, Hungrybox is like so aggressive on this Edgeguard. He's instantly like trying to like go out there and snipe a potential like side B. Eddie goes for air dodge and he's ready for it. He shouldn't have gone for this another backer. He has no jumps. This was really bad though. But the rest of it was really good. Okay. He just wave dashed outside of Luigi's range. He didn't have to shield here. If he didn't shield, he could have rested for sure. But I don't really know why he shielded, honestly, intuitively. It didn't really make sense, but he could just go for rest here, so that would have been better. Again, he just tries to snipe Luigi going to ledge without an aerial with a back here. And that time he was pretty unconfident that he was going to be able to get out there quick enough before Luigi could like side B. So he was like, oh, okay, I'm going to get misfired. Then he just goes back. He should have landed right here, realistically. I guess he kind of landed here because like maybe he keeps charging, but like if he keeps charging, you could still land here and then go cover ledge, but it didn't really make sense to do that. Okay, yeah, he whiffs a grab right here. Also, it's a big thing when in any character matchup. Like, whenever you whiff grab, literally just hold down, and potentially you could just get another crouch cancel grab right away again, which is basically what Hungrybox is trying to do here. Because, like, the opponents will be like, oh, okay, he whiffed grab, that means I can get a hit now. And then, like, a Fox player especially would be like, oh, okay, it's time to get my hit, and they go for, like, a Nair, expecting you to not be able to hold down, and you have enough time to hold down, and then you just crouch cancel grab them for trying to whiff punish your grab, which is just really funny. It's a really good thing, for sure. Like, this is, like, the type of Wavedash thing I was talking about in terms of, like, on shield, which Hungrybox tried to do here, but he does, like, a really passive shield here for no reason when he could just definitely click Wavedash forward smash right now. Because, like, the whole intention behind that Wavedash was to, like, basically get around their move and just try and, like, hit him for it, but he doesn't try and hit them for some reason. He gets back in the he wave dashes back into the spacing where he wants to be at, which is really good. He tries to back air, trying to expect him to jump a shield. He does a down air, which is really good. This is the only move that could have actually worked in that spot. Hungrybox could have played more passive there and gone for like a wave dash away, and then reacted to them whiffing a move, and then try to hit him for the down air, which would have been fine too. Because when he's up, he can play that like more like reactionary game completely, and not have to like throw out those types of backers trying to like predict things, where he can just like always just be on the reaction side when he's up this much. Okay. In terms of Luigi's ledge dash, a lot of the times they'll either throw out literally up smash or literally shield. Those are the only two options they choose. So if they throw out ledge dash shield, you can just literally grab their shield. If they throw out like ledge dash up smash like this, so the thing about it is like Hungrybox tries to go for this drill here. I would honestly just be trying to like shield, like just waiting for like the opportunity to just shield it or crouch it, either one. if I'm not at a range, not at a percent where like down smash will like knock me down, like I think it's like 33. So if I'm below 33%, I'm down to just sit here crouching and waiting for the up smash to come out. But if I'm not at that percent, then I'm going to be like trying to shield grab it, essentially. But I don't really like going for down here, essentially, because it's just like if he went for a shield there instead, then like he would have to hope for a shield poke to actually like get out of that scenario safely, because he just wasn't going to be frame positive on his shield. Okay, Hungrybox tries to go for a read on his shield drop timing and tries to be very safe with it. Now Hungrybox has whiffed a full hop aerial, so he shouldn't realistically land like this ever. So that was a big mistake. Whenever he whiffs this full hop aerial, so this time he can't really double jump back air to a side platform because it'll be off stage. So you should still do that double jump back air off stage, right? And then you have the opportunity to like cross them up if Luigi, you're basically playing a corner situation because you don't really like this position anymore because you whiffed a full up aerial. You want to basically reset the neutral completely. So he will either try to like get Luigi to like whiff punish him with like a double jump aerial again, or like a Waveland on the platform like forward smash or something, and then he'll just like wait that out, then whiff punish that, or he'll just like try and grab ledge and then tournament winner and get like back, try and like cross Luigi up that way. Basically, just don't land like Hungrybox did here. This was pretty bad. He could have still gotten out of it too. I think if he just held crouch, he could have probably at least like maybe up smash this down smash. He probably wouldn't have been able to rest it because of the range that he was at. He wasn't gonna be able to just like sit outside of it and then just like get the slide in down smash rest. But either way, he should have just gone off stage to like prevent any risk there. I don't like this landing near at all. Whenever do not really have the opportunity to land in center stage versus like Luigi as much as like you want to. I would rather just go to the side platform and land there. Or if you think that Luigi's going to cover the side platform, you can land top platform and get your jumps back and then do this or something like that. I just don't really like landing in center with the opportunity to get like grab down air, grab a down throw down air or something like that, or like get like an up smash on this Nair too. Both those would have been really scary. But he goes to this shield, which is fine completely. I would have probably gone for a crouch though. Makes more sense intuitively. Grabs the back air. Instantly goes off stage to try and beat the side B, which is really important. That was like, even though Hungrybox made a ton of mistakes there in that stock, he still only took 45%. Is like the big thing in terms of like gameplay. It's like a matchup where like you could still make a ton of mistakes and just win like completely. It's like it's one of those matchups for sure. I guess this landing Nair again. I don't like doing this type of Nair. If he just didn't do these types of Nairs, he just like wouldn't have lost like any percent. So far, this is exactly what I was talking about in terms of the Nair. It's just so bad. Just like land edge there would have been really good. Okay, Hungrybox is right outside the range again. Then he goes to this type of back air prediction. This was completely fine because I think he still had invincibility slightly. If he didn't have invincibility there, then that was just a hard read. I think he might have lost the down air too. In which case, then he could just waited out the down air and just like gone for an up air there and just reaction with punched it. Okay, should have grabbed the back air again. In this type of spot, you could still go for like a Wavedash out of shield. I would have probably gone for Wavedash out of shield in general versus Luigi, just because like, so he can go for like the down air Nair type of pressure on my shield, and I don't really like that in general. So I'd rather just like escape that pressure if I can. Even though Eddie didn't set it up properly there, he could have potentially done it, and then I'd have had to like maybe gotten grabbed on shield, or like gotten like jab or like up beat or something like that if I'm like later bruising or something. I just don't like playing those situations in general, so I'd rather just Wavedash away most of the time with shield. It's really good. He should have been able to just whiff punish that with the forward smash directly, but he decides not to. He was late there. Again, when he's late, he should be going for grab. Also, again, Luigi tries to click shield expecting a backer to come out. Well, this was a crazy forward smash. I'm surprised this even worked. See how like basically what Hungrybox got like this back air up air, he like waits because he knows the down air.
Right down.
Yeah, he waits the down air. This was like really good in terms of spacing. That's just like a really important Luigi concept in general. Again, I don't like that Nair. That was just kind of silly. Okay, he's really far away right now, which like this type of back air when he's this far away is to get Luigi to try and like come in on him. But he goes to this like basically nothing here. He should have known that when he throws out a back air that far away, Luigi's going to try and hit him for it. In which case, he should have been able to just whiff punish that back air completely. It's like kind of the situation when I was talking about what you were doing on the side platforms. You were just like hitting very far away. But when he's on the ground, the Luigi has a more like a thought process of, oh, I can maybe hit him because he whiff punished here. I mean, he whiffed like his aerial here. Whereas if you're on the side platform, Luigi doesn't have that same mentality because they have to like wave dash then jump onto the platform or something like that, right? But if he's on the ground, he can just literally just wave dash and try and like hit Hungrybox here. But again, because he was out of range, he just couldn't do that, and Hungrybox should have known that and been able to whip punish. Again, Hungrybox has literally not gotten throw comboed once. When he whiffs a grab here, he knows he messed up, and he instantly.
So he's holding.
Yeah, he's holding away. Yeah. Okay, it's really good. Again, he doesn't try and like force another hit after going for this one up throw, up air. Because your up air here, then he just waits out the aerial and then goes for the punish. Okay. This is really good in terms of landing. He could have landed off stage. I would have just gone for an off stage hit, but he just knew that Eddie was not going to like try and wave dash punish here. This was a hard read, which is really good, but again, I would just go off stage here because they could have gone for a wave dash down smash on me or an up smash and they could have gotten hit. But again, you're not really going to lose that much getting hit at this percent by those moves, so that's why Hungrybox went for a hard read, but in general, it's just better to play it safe if you can. Okay, that time he even tried to go for fair and still lost. That's how like broken going for just like a backer to try and snipe ledge is. He did the fair way too early, so that's why it didn't work. But realistically, he should have gotten hit there, and Eddie actually passed the evolutionary chain, but he did not time it correctly. So that's how crazy it is. I don't know why he went for this type of fair here. When he does this type of side B, you should just be able to hit him with back air here. Also, he's at 19%, so even if he does get misfired, he's not going to die. So I would just jump out there and just try and get hit by the side B, because if you get hit by it and it's not a misfire, then they can't recover. They literally can't. You just take the side B and just fair them out of it, and then they just die. So that would have been really good here. I don't know why he does this fair or this drill. Don't do this drill as much. So it's like, it's fine if they air dodge. Like I'm not gonna like fault you on that. But doing this drill when they aren't air dodging, so they have complete control of their character in this spot, I would say it's pretty bad, because they could just potentially just SDI onto the ledge, which is not good. And then they would be able to get ledge for free. And potentially go for like a ledge dash down air or something, or just a down air from ledge and potentially hit you. That'd be good. Okay. Hungrybox kind of messing up the edge guard, but it doesn't really matter because it's Luigi. So he still had like 1,000 opportunities to still finish the edge guard. Instantly he goes out there to punish the down B. Potentially could have been a side B as well. Either way, didn't really matter. Sits outside of the range with crouch again. I want to see why he got hit here. So right here. Okay. In this spot. So I would probably just wave dash away to get back into the range again. When Luigi is like here, you can potentially try and shark them out of shield with like a fair, but I don't really like doing that just because of I don't really trust fair's hitboxes to actually beat him there. And also fair a lot of the times will just get a weak fair in these types of situations, so I don't really like going for it when I think it's probably gonna be a weak hit, if anything. It's like fair is like a really good move when juggling, in terms of like you can basically like switch up between weak and strong hit depending on your spacing, and it'll just combo. But like whenever you're trying to like hit someone out of shield for it, it's like you're pretty much only gonna get like a weak hit here because you're just so far away. So I'd rather just go for like a wave dash away and just like try and like either whip punish their down air here, or if they go for a down smash, I might get hit by it and not be able to rest. And like that's okay. Sometimes that will happen, but I'd rather take a route where when Luigi is this close to me, they're not gonna really wave dash out of shield because they don't want to get hit out of shield. So they're not gonna wave dash. So they're going to jump out of shield with like a down air or something. So Hungrybox just doesn't really like think about that too much and just tries to like, I think he tried to like fair out of shield or something like that there, because he definitely just jumped out of shield or something. So yeah, I don't really like that situation in general, like being too close to Luigi then trying to like go for like a stuffing option, which Hungrybox I think tried to do. He might have even tried to up smash out of shield, like stuffing out like a jump as well, or like a wave dash as well too. All those options are pretty scary. Like, if I'm that close to Luigi on shield, I'm either trying to grab them because they whiff punish something and they thought I was going to backer them, or I am trying to, like, wave dash out of there, expecting them to try and, like, jump out of shield and hit me. The wave dash at a shield that close, just such, like, not meta for Luigi, so I'm not really thinking about that option too much. Okay. This is really good. Hungrybox gets around him with fair. Yeah, I like going this far above. I think this is really good. I think going high as possible versus Luigi is really good, or going as low as possible. Either one. I don't really like going like at a mid height or something, because it's just like a lot easier for Luigi to get to.
Yeah, and just snipe you with a forward there.
Yeah,
like that.
So I like going really high because it like forces them to completely hard read you if they go really high, or the same thing as going really low. It forces complete hard reads. Just because Luigi again is not as good at like Puff, same thing, like aerial mobility is like left or right is horrible, or is like up, like he has some height up, but he can't really like decide to go up if he really wants to in a lot of situations. So it's a really good backer up tilt. That's like basically a bread and butter like low percent combo in terms of like backer up tilt if they're facing away at 0%, or backer grab. That applies to basically every character in the entire game, so it's just a really good combo to go for. Okay. He got really greedy on this next aerial. So this backer up tilt was good. This up air was good because he was still in up tilt lag. But going for another aerial right now is pretty bad because he should know that because he got hit. Basically, Luigi, whenever they get hit like 2 times in a row, they're like, man, I really have to throw out a hitbox right now, so I don't want to get hit again. It's like, it's literally like clockwork. It's insane. So right here, I would not be going for a 3rd hit. I usually never go for a 3rd hit versus Luigi. I'm always with punishing on my 3rd hit, if anything. Because usually, like, your 3rd hit is never going to be true. It's always your first 2 are really going to be true. So I like the up tilt, then the up air was true, but going for another backer there was just not true. Again, he went for this, like, landing Nair, which is like, eh. It's like the best thing that happened. You go for like a Nair rest on like a crouch or something, which is just insane. Again, he messed up. He knew he messed up, and he was already out of there.
Away.
Yeah, which is really good. Okay. This is a really good whip punish on what I was saying in terms of lifting a double jump aerial from Luigi and just falling underneath him with up air. Again, I'd rather be on the ground here to try and grab their shielding ledge dash. What even happened here? Okay, so he whiffed a back air in that spot. I wouldn't jump into the air. You should be able to get Wavedash up smashed here like every time. I don't know why he did this. He was at too far of a range where Luigi knows that they're not going to hit out of shields right now. Basically is what they're not gonna like do like an aerial in place here because Puff is not close to them. So when he whiffs this, he should expect him to wave dash towards him and just like hit him. So if I expect my opponent to wave dash towards me, I'm either doing one of 2 things. I'm not jumping ever like this, jumping away. I'm going for like an instant rising back air to try and stuff the wave dash. That's one, and then going for like a falling up air if I hit, or if I hit their shield, then falling up air them and then crouching on their shield and doing a wave dash or an up smash on their down air. Either one. Or if they just like stay in shield after the falling upper, then I just turn around and grab them. So that's like basically what I would do probably almost every time here. Or I could also go for just like a sit in place crouch if I expect them to like potentially just like, I don't know. And they could potentially do what Eddie did here, and then I just whiff punish what Eddie does here. Or if they expect me to do an in-place aerial or something, like that's like an insanely passive way to play it. But doing this jump away and then trying to do like a falling back here doesn't make any sense because you should just be able to get wave dash up smash here, and you don't have a hitbox out to protect you against the wave dash. So I don't really like this at all. He gets hit for it. I'm just shocked at this gameplay. It's insane. So right here, whenever I'm like this close to the Luigi and I whiff a back air like this, basically on shield. This is almost basically an on shield situation. You can throw out like an up smash here a lot of the times, or if, I guess Hungrybox decides a forward smash, but forward smash is slower than up smash, so I'd rather forward smash here if I'm predicting them to like wave dash and try and hit me, or like try and like hit me out of shield or something like that. So I like doing like back air up smash on shield. It's like a hard read type situation. I think it's pretty good to do sometimes. But Hungrybox does forward smash. I think it's just way less lenient. Something that's good. He could eventually just gone for a rest there, I think, but he goes to this really safe option. Grab, that's fine. Again, I don't really like how much like Hungrybox getting crossed up here on this Edgeguard though. Like he shouldn't really have to like let Luigi get on the stage this much, but he does. He could have definitely gone for a hit on the side B there. I don't really know why he didn't. I guess he tried to go for a swag option. But, like, realistically, once you're this far off stage already when you started the Edgeguard and Luigi hasn't started side B'ing yet, this should just be a free hit on the side B. If he goes for a fair here, it's almost unlikely that by the time you get back to, like, center stage, you don't die to a fair 85. That's for certain. But by the time you get back to him, I think he's still going to be in recovery. So you could just potentially still hit him on the Edgeguard, so you won't go for a fair in these type of spots. So there's no reason to be scared here. You would just literally go for another backer, like really deep off stage into the side B. But he goes for a swag option. Okay.
Yeah.
Watch a little bit of this game because again, there's not really much like difference in terms of the stage. Like yeah, it's like Pokemon Stadium versus like Fountain. Like it's bigger stage versus smaller stage. Like playing the reaction type gameplay is like slightly better on like bigger stages because there's more room to play it, whereas like on the smaller stages, like potentially you can get those awkward situations like Hungrybox did in like the corners sometimes where he's like, oh, I should have gone off stage, but if there was more stage he probably would have been able to like think about that, but he's not thinking about it too much in terms of like, oh, I need to stay on stage as much as possible. But you could just use off stage as basically more stage, if that makes sense.
Spacing is always the same, pretty much.
Yeah, it's literally the same spacing. It's just you're using off stage more on the smaller stages. Okay. Okay, he's at a pretty far distance here. Now he's out at really good range again. He wave dashes back. I don't really know why he tried to like jump instantly. Again, if you're wave dashing back, you're waiting out the aerial and then you're forward smashing or grabbing it. Okay. Hungrybox playing really lazy right now, honestly. You're just kind of throwing at aerials without much purpose on what they're doing. Like that falling back air made no sense. If you don't have to throw out a falling aerial, this is a pretty big thing in terms of Puff in general, but if you don't have to throw out this second backer, just don't do it. Basically, the second backer is only really covering like, let's say it's like Fox or something. You whiff the first backer and they expect to like try and whiff punish you. Then you like backer the dash in or something. That's like the only time these type of falling backers work, is if they are trying to whiff punish the first one and they try and like dash in or something. Luigi's Wavedash I think would have still potentially either traded with this back air, or like in most situations they aren't gonna Wavedash like this far away. So that's basically like why I don't really like this at all. I think that like most of the time when they have this type of side platform here, they're going to try and use it with like an edge cancel or something. So when they're that far away from their opponent, they try and like mix up their approach because they're so far away that they can't really like approach with like a wave dash over and over again. They have to like mix it up a little bit. But yeah, I don't really like that situation that much. Again, I'll try and like grab the ledge dashing shield a lot more.
Yep, I've been noticing that.
Again, Hungrybox messes up again, and then he's instantly out of there. He actually shouldn't be able to get. He like dashed or something. That was really awkward. He could have probably been able to crouch there and been able to crouch into the grab as well too. Okay. That shows really good spacing with Hungrybox. Okay, he's really far away now, so he knows that he can potentially jump away here like he does. When he's this far away, he can jump away as the most like insanely safe option of all time, because also his percent is too high where you can't just sit on the ground and crouch anymore, right? So a lot of his gameplay is then going to be either, I think Luigi is going to go for a down smash here. So because he doesn't want to play a shield mix-up, which is completely fine, you can play the shield mix-up and sit on the ground and like wait and shield their like down smash or something. But Hungrybox, again, because it's way safer to do this type of gameplay versus like like a up smash or down smash or forward smash like he does here, than like trying to shield gameplay it, because he's not outside of like the 33% type of range. So he's like, okay, I know he's gonna up smash or something like that here, so I'll just whip punish it with a back air. He could have also just wave dash away outside of the range. I think actually forward smash would have caught him, so that's crazy that he chose the jump away option at the right time for it. But he could have wave dash out of the range of it too, and then whiff punish it, but I like to jump away most of the time more than Wavedash, just because of the forward smash potential. So that's like basically like a lot of the gameplay on these, like whenever you're at kill percent, that type of gameplay is like pretty big as well too, because like he could definitely die to Upsmash this percent, so that's what like why he did jump away type of gameplay. It's like when you're at kill percent, it's a lot of like, oh, do I think this Luigi will ever click down smash or forward smash? Then I'm only gonna be doing the crouch gameplay and then shielding if like I need to, because I can just crouch into the up smash. But if I think that they're going to do the down smash and forward smash sometimes because they want to get like damage later and then potentially kill me with down smash something at like 90% or something instead of doing up smash kill at like 63, then I'll be doing more jump away stuff like on Hbox. And the jump away stuff is more or less safer than doing a crouch under an up smash. But the crouch under up smash is more of a read that they're going to up smash only, and then you're not going to do the other smash attacks because then obviously you can't crouch cancel them. So it's kind of like a hard read situation. Whereas the jump away is more reactionary, and the crouching at high percents is more about reading. This was crazy to go for that downer, or I like it at all. He should have, I don't really think a Waveland was even necessary here. I would have probably just gone for like maybe even Waveland off, I guess, but like realistically I would just kept jumping because like Luigi is going to have to throw out an aerial to not get hit here eventually, so I just wait out the aerial and just like fall underneath the top air. Yeah, that's like, when he's that high in the air, honestly I'd probably rather back throw at this percent. When he's at this high percent, I'd rather back throw. If he was at like 140, maybe I'd rather up throw or something, or like 130 when I know he's gonna die to up air. But when he's not gonna die to up air, it just gets really awkward to like up throw at this high percent, or it's not gonna juggle either, which obviously won't at 100%. So it's like he actually still had bad DI there, but he almost got away too, which is crazy because he thought that his downer was definitely going to combo there. So it's like the one time that like he like wasn't ready that he messed up ever, and he like still didn't die off of it. This is what I was talking about in terms of back air up smash mix up, but Hungrybox did it way too far away. I would have rather him landed right here and did that mix up, and would have worked, right? Because he tried to Wavedash that shield. Yeah, it would have worked. So I would have definitely liked it if he was closer to him. That would have been good. He should have been able to get out of that too. I don't know why he wasn't able to. He should have known as soon as he with that up smash, so he should be trying to get out of it. That again. This is a crashing into the down air type situation. This is really crazy. He just whiffs a fair here and then just instantly crouches, and then he has the reaction time of like Zeus, so he just up smashes after the down air. It's really good. Okay, he should have been able to go off there with the back air. Also, he's at 0%, so he could take the side B if he gets hit by it as well too. So he grabs ledge after the side B comes out, tries to grab ledge actually because he gets up aired there. But when he's at that low percent, you can just literally tank the move and then just grab ledge. If it was a fair, I don't think you actually can do that. But in that spot, they're going to up air there almost always because the up air protects them from an aerial, essentially. It kind of protects them for down air, but not really. So you don't have to worry too much if you go for a down air there instead. But that was good. I'll watch like this stock and be done with it. Okay. Don't really know why he fared like this, which was pretty awkward. So he gets himself into like a pretty good range again, like right here. He goes for a wave dash back, and then he's like, oh, okay, he's so high in the air, I can't really wave dash back forward smash here, right? So he's like, what do I do instead? So he should have been able to either whiff punish after the aerial before this one, or he should have just wave dash back again, expecting another aerial to come out. Wave dash back, like F smash this, or grab. I would rather grab at this percent for sure. So I'd have tried to wave dash back grab like the second aerial coming down. Luigi like doesn't have any other mix-ups. Like he doesn't have a platform to Waveland off there. So like you know that he's going to land with an aerial every time. So it's like you just have to either whiff punish in between, either before they go for the landing aerial, or wait for the landing aerial with a wave dash back or grab it. So he tries to go for a pound, like I was saying in terms of like pound being like kind of good when he's up. Like I do like this because when you pound a wave dash in, it's like really good in terms of like it puts them in a really awkward spot in the air, potentially lands them onto a platform for a tech chase, like rest or something like that, and that would have been really nice. And also like sometimes you don't get killed for going for these pounds. You should have been able to rest or like try to like up smash or grab if you're here either. But it goes to this like weird like auto cancel down air, which doesn't really make sense to whip punish. So yeah, this is what I was talking about in terms of like the Luigi pressure and shield. I kind of just hate like being in these shielded mix-ups. So once I'm in this shield right here, I'm just Wavedash out shielding right after the Nair. That's basically all my objective is right now, because I don't want to get jab with bead. He was also just like, this time he didn't even mess up. He just like held shield, and then he was just like already holding the direction away to get out of Luigi's down throw. Okay. I like this this backer for sure, because he tried to predict Luigi going to ledge to try and get out of the situation, which is a lot of the times that scrub Luigis will do, and what I think Eddie did earlier in the set too. At least what Seabass was doing too as well. So this was really good. But Eddie did this really like big brain like double jump move, but he still got punished, which is crazy. It's like the sad thing about Luigi is so bad, but the good thing about this matchup is like even when you have these types of like hard read options, you could probably still punish them because their aerials suck, because they're in so much end lag and there's nowhere for them to go. Okay, they went for spot dodge after getting hit by down air there as well too. It's a big thing. Don't really like how Hbox has played this stock, honestly. He just sees too much down air. And like down air is good, right? But like I'd rather him just like try and whip punish more than he's doing right now. He's doing for a lot of hard reads. This was really good in terms of this back air timing. He knew that because of the spacing, Luigi's probably going to Wavedash out shield. And like at this percent, he's not going to die for whiffing this type of aerial right now, or like have the opportunity to die. So he's fine to go for this type of hard read. Again, he could have just tried to like he's at too high percent to whatchamacalled actually crouch cancel, so he can't just sit on the ground there. So he could have gone for the jump away gameplay he did earlier, and that would have been fine. But I like doing him this type of like stuffing gameplay, because maybe when he gets the jump away gameplay, he's too slow in the jump away, and then he gets hit by like a Wavedash up smash or down smash. So that's like kind of why he rather go for this type of back air to try and stuff the Wavedash. He could have also gone for a tomahawk grab, because he set up a lot of back airs in this set and hasn't gone for a lot of mini grabs. So that's like a big thing in terms of like any character in general. When you've gone for this many back airs, you kind of have to throw in the grabs eventually, because then your grabs get really, really strong, and then your back airs get stronger again because they don't want to get grabbed over and over again. So even like though the grab won't really necessarily lead you to that much damage, it will let you get your back airs to be stronger again. So it's really good. Or they'll just let you grab them over and over again, which is fine. Like if that happens, you just take it. Like if they're free damage, it's like low percent, I'm just gonna up throw you and potentially get like 50 damage off of up airs. And then if they're at low percent, maybe I can just back throw a forward throw, and then just like game queue. So like that's like pretty good too. Okay, he's outside the range, it's really good. He's just sitting outside the range. He tries to like do this like weird dash away stuff. He should have just gone for a wave dash the first time. Don't know what he did here. But he's really outside the range now. So when he's this outside the range, he tries to wave dash even further outside the range, expecting a forward smash or down smash or up smash, which would have been really good. I think forward smash would have lost here, so that's why Hbox does do the wave dash. It was what I was talking about earlier, where he jumped away. And I was saying he could have just done a wave dash as well too. And that was pretty good in terms of like option decision. Okay, tries to go for a back air to snipe the ledge again. This time was too slow here. I'd have gone for a down to try and reset the Edgeguard instead of doing this back air, just because of Luigi being very low. If Luigi was like higher, then I would have gone for back air. If he was lower, then you go for down air. Okay, he tries to go for another down air on the ledge dash again. He goes for a ledge dash shield, so it would have been a free grab. That was good, the down air that time. I don't like playing this type of down air, like up smash type of stuff on the ledge dash, because like you're kind of hoping the ledge dash is bad, honestly. That they like, I don't really like it. It's just like, if they do ledge dash up smash there, you just lose. And it's just like, why would you just like risk that much? But sometimes Hbox just risks that much because he's just that much better than the next Luigi. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to call it. Let me look at the rest of my notes, see if there's anything else I want to talk about or I missed. Do you have any questions?
No, it's pretty good actually. I like that. It actually helps a lot, especially the spacing thing. I feel like just playing campy like it was before wasn't like a great game plan, but this actually gives me something to like really think about instead of just camping top platform.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a lot more proactive gameplay, and like also when you're down, you can at least make comebacks playing this type of gameplay, because like or on like the smaller stages too, you can't really camp, so it's like, well,
Yeah.
you have to learn this type of gameplay eventually anyways, so it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah, I have nothing else, so
Cool.
it's pretty good. So
Alright, cool. I appreciate it. You record these, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I took some notes down, but it'd be good to rewatch it. Dope. It's like on your YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alright. I'll probably check that out later again today, but that's pretty good. Probably just practice a little bit on that play, see what happens. Hopefully I get to play him soon.
Yeah, it definitely would be nice to play him like right away. But
We have like 2 good Luigis now. Like, him and like Rap Him, if you ever heard of him.
nah, I know there was like some Voodoo one tournaments, but I think he's pretty much retired. But yeah. So I'll see
Cool,
you.
good, thank you. Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Peace.
Alright, bye bye.